You think we're going to do it?
Says
We'll check
this
into
content
your
of the meeting is
Facebook.
being sent up. So it says I got a message says the content of this meeting is being sent to one or more apps live. I click OK.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, click OK. Yes.
Yeah.
Now, don't take away you took away my host.
I didn't do anything.
You think we're going to do it? Oh, hi. Into your Facebook. We are on a delay.
A message says the content of this meeting is being sent to one or more apps live. I click OK. Yeah. Okay. Click OK.
Yeah. All right. So we're live on our YouTube page.
Do you want me to admit? I didn't do anything.
Nope. Yeah.
Yes. Do you want me to admit the people?
Okay, are you there?
Yeah, I was saying, do you want me to admit the people?
Yes, admit them.
Okay.
So we are live on YouTube on our Productive Aging Collective YouTube page.
Holy crap.
This is a first for us. So this is awesome. Also, we are evolving, which is fabulous. We have 700 members on our Senior Mastermind Productive Aging Collective page. So 2 milestones hit today. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the LFG call. I am one of your coaches, your Productive Aging Collective coaches, Felicia Saraceno. My background is in senior living, so I can give you insider trader information, as Paul says, as an executive director and as a sales director for senior living companies, both in the Northeast and down here in Florida. Today with me, we have our additional coach, Paul Conti. He's here. Say hi, Paul. He is our perspective coach. He's a linguistic coach. And if you don't know what that is, you better stay tuned to find out exactly what all of that means, because words matter. We all know words make a huge difference in how we appear to our friends, colleagues, potential clients, former clients, current clients. It all resonates and makes a difference. So today, typically is Gretchen's day. She's actually flying out to speak at another conference. So she is on her way there. And we're helping out today. And so I am so happy to see all of you join this morning. Hi, Kathy. I haven't seen you in a little while. So good to see you.
Hello.
Awesome, awesome. And so the senior mastermind that we have every morning on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, not Wednesdays, because Wednesday should be your implementation day. We want to get a win. So someone tell me something good that happened, because I have something good to tell you all.
Oh, I'll go.
Yeah, go ahead. Hi, Cindy.
Hi. Hello. Based on Felicia's advice, I partnered up with the Seniors Blue Book in our area. And we had our very first Senior Blue Book University at a YMCA. And 15 people showed up. One thing that was interesting, the person who is sort of the declutter downsizing expert. So we had 4 different experts speak. They backed out last minute. So I became that expert and spoke. And just, it was really neat to see. There were 15 people there. They were so engaged. They asked so many questions. They were so grateful. It was a success. And we're going to be doing them probably every 3 to 5 weeks throughout the Twin Cities, and kind of changing up our topic, but we want to hit kind of Northwest, each corner of the Twin Cities, and then we'll move on to a new topic. So it was really successful. So I'm hoping somehow I can, turn that into some business.
Absolutely. Congratulations. Thanks. Yay. I'm so happy for you. Now tell me, what's your follow-up?
I just got the names literally this morning. So I was going to I have emails for everyone and emails and phone numbers for, some others. So I'm going to create an email. Thanks so much for coming. Here's some of the things that I can do for you, and then pick up the phone and call, hoping that I can get their mailing addresses too, because I do a monthly mailing.
So can I give you a piece of advice?
Absolutely.
Okay, so remember, we don't live on hopium, as Paul said.
We don't live on what?
Really bad. We don't live on hopium. Hopium is a really bad drug. We don't live on hopium. We live on facts and what we're doing to be proactive. And one of the things that I want you all to remember, after you have an event and you email them and say you're missing something, so this is the nugget, I want everyone to write this down, as you're missing some important details, such as their home address. We all know that as agents, we could put them in our system and figure out where their home is, right? But we don't want to do that because that could be a little invasion of their privacy. So we want them to interact with us. So how about this? Create a downsizing guide. Use it as a lead magnet within your email. And when they sign up for the downsizing guide, the requirements are as follows: name, phone number, email, home address. Once you get that home address, you could send them a monthly neighborhood market report, non-salesy, information only, zero call to action. Why would you do this, everyone? I want to hear from others here.
It's interesting that you say that, because I'm working on a downsizing guide right now for that very same reason.
So hold that thought. Why would you want to give something away for free? Mike, I saw you were going to say something.
Become the expert of the community, the area. So by giving them something for free, they're giving you their information, but you're being the authoritative figure in the community.
Hands down. Absolutely. You need to gain their trust. And how you gain their trust is by giving something away. How did we gain your trust as coaches? Did we just come out and say, hey, join our platform, join it, just trust us? Once you're in it, you'll figure out exactly what it's at. No, we have to show you what we have to offer and how we are the leading experts on this, because we've been doing it and been in deep production for many years. And that we're showcasing our expertise so that you could say and resonate with us and say, hey, what they're doing works. Now, downsizing guide. A lot of people get really caught up on downsizing guides and what information is in there, and I don't know what to do, and I don't know what to say, and they go back and forth on this. I'm going to give you a really cheat sheet on how to create a downsizing guide. I want you to use whatever AI you prefer. Is it Plexus? Is it ChatGPT? Is it Gemini? Whatever you want, Gonk, whatever you want to use, okay? I want you to put in create a downsizing guide for the Twin Cities, whatever your market is, okay? This is how you're gonna get from point A to point B the fastest. And I want you to run the search and say, create a downsizing guide, and add in elements that you want it to have. Make your prompt very, very clear. What city, where they're migrating to. Y'all should know about migration patterns. I taught you. And then I want you to hit enter. I then want you to analyze that information and see where you can input your own stuff to and tweak it so it sounds like you. But instead of sitting in front of a blank screen, ruminating on this every day and say, I've been working on my downsizing guide since the beginning of the year, first quarter's passed, it's April, we still don't have one, right? So I want you to shorten that up, because the idea of what we're doing is so you get business. And now you have this text and you're like, what am I gonna do with this text? So I am going to share my screen with you because we're gonna do a little show and tell. Would you all like that? I can't see you all because I switched screens.
Love show and tell. Yes, darling, please.
Okay. So we are live on YouTube. So this is our YouTube page. Here's my chat GPT. So someone shout out a city where you're at, why this opens.
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis. Okay. Create a downsizing guide for seniors moving from their long-time home into, I know I spelled words wrong, that's okay, into senior living. Fix my living in and around Minneapolis. Okay, boom. I don't just want you to take this text and use it verbatim. You have to personalize it. Okay, don't miss that step. So we are not going to personalize this for time's sake. I'm showing you, see, I wrote a review this morning for Eventual Title Services. How many of you are still writing reviews for your partners and then asking them for reviews? SEO is huge. Got to be in it to win it. So it's still thinking. Okay. We are going to copy this. And yes, I'm going to open up another screen. Bear with me as I do, because I didn't have enough tabs open. And there is this awesome AI that I learned about at my Girls with Grit conference. It's called Gamma. Gamma is a game changer, okay? Also typeset. This is typeset over here. Typeset's a little bit more involved. Gamma is awesome, and I'm going to show you why. I love it so much. So when you get onto Gamma, you're going to click Create New. A new screen's going to pop up. Paste in text. Don't worry about this stuff. Paste in text. So now I'm going to take our downsizing guide and I'm going to paste it in here. And it's going to ask me, do you want a presentation? Do you want a website? Or do you want a document or share on social? Right now, we're worried about a downsizing guide. So we're going to do document and hit continue. Game changer. I used this yesterday for my listing presentation, which halfway through my listing presentation, they said, Felicia, I'm sold. I got it. You're our girl. Now it's going to ask you if you want to edit any of your text. And you can from here. You can give it additional instructions. You can tell it what tone you want. Empathetic, informative, practical. If you don't know what tones you should use, go to this website. Type this website down for tone. I'm going to make a funny here. google.com. And ask Google, what type of tone should I use with creating content for seniors? It'll tell you. Hit continue.
How do you spell that again?
G-O. You're going to pick your theme. You put it under flamingo theme. Perfect for Florida. We're just going to say this theme right here. You're going to pick it. It's just going to be a little slow. We're not going to go too crazy. And then you're going to hit generate. And you're done. My computer is slow because I have Zoom open and YouTube. I definitely need more RAM here or megabytes. So it's generating, and it's going to generate a document that you can print from You can export as a PDF. You can use this as a lead magnet on your website or social so that when they click on it, they have to put in name, phone number, email, and address. You can even have them opt in for a newsletter as a required question. Would you like to receive our monthly newsletter? Yes or no? Because then you covered yourself for all the bases, right? This is taking a little time. Sorry, guys. But it's still generating. How many of you had heard of this before? No one's heard of Gamma. I didn't hear of Gamma until about a week and a half ago. And I am like in love with freaking Gamma right now. I haven't tried the website, but how cool would it be for you to try this as a website and add that as a page to your website that you have right now as a dropdown? And then if they want further information, they would do a contact form to you.
Felicia, have you played around with it enough to know, like, could I put my fonts and my colors in there?
Yes. You can customize your own theme.
Okay.
You can do your whole branding package in it. For what we're doing right now with this, I'm just showing you the easiest way for you to go from being a watcher on a website or for you to be a someone coming to the LFG call and putting you into real-time action. The best way for you to get into action is to actually just rip the Band-Aid off and do it. How many of you go live on your social media pages? Why? Shout out some reasons why. Because I have the same fears you have. So let's talk about it.
I don't know enough about it.
To go live?
Yeah, I don't even know what, I mean, I've never seen anyone else go live. I don't even know what that looks like.
Send Felicia
Going live
in about 3 minutes prior to this call today. We're YouTube and live today.
Yep, we're live. So being live is just go out live. Go live once a day. When you're at a listing, when you're at an open house, every time I'm at an open house, I go live on social. And when I stream live on Instagram, I believe, I'm not sure if it goes live on Facebook anymore simultaneously, or you have to try and get it to go. But there's a couple of additional websites that will let you go live across multiple platforms at the same time. See, my computer's a little slow, but it's doing its thing, you could see. And so why you would do that is because you want to start establishing yourself as the authority in your area. Now, majority of people don't like themselves on video. They don't like to go live, especially live, because if you make a mistake, you got to make a funny about it or just go, oh, sorry, I'm tongue-tied, because you got to keep moving forward. When you have the opportunity to pre-record a video, you can make a blooper and then start all over again. But when you go live, preferably the same day, the same time, like say you're going live every Monday, every Wednesday, every Friday, it's got to be consistent for your people to know that you're live. You have to tell them that you're going live. Social media right now is all about content, putting your content out there, beating the algorithms right now, because the algorithms all changed. And it's not, and trust me, I've been listening to a lot of gurus out there. They're saying it's not about the followers, it's about how to come up in someone's feed. So the more we engage with other people who we're friends with, the more we're going to show up on their feeds. But now you want to spread that farther and wider. So by going live, you're beating the algorithm. And this came from Gary Vee. And I posted a Gary Vee video the other day. And he says, some people are afraid to go live on Facebook. They're afraid to go live on Twitter. They're afraid to go live on X. I mean, instead of Twitter, X, Instagram and TikTok. And people say to him, well, I don't want to go on TikTok because I don't want China watching me. And he laughed on his video. And he said, trust me, they're already watching you. You're already on social media. You already have emails. They're already watching you. But he said something that kind of resonated with me. He was like, he's not worried about Sally, who lives in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, and how are we going to get her today? It doesn't work that way. And so a lot of people are afraid to go live on TikTok because of that. I have a TikTok channel. Sometimes, I mean, one of my TikTok videos has 60,000 views on it. And it was just me walking on the beach talking, sharing my information. It wasn't even like rehearsed. So what he's saying is you have to start going live, preferably daily, to talk about 5 minutes, 2 minutes. Do a Q&A. Does anyone have any questions? I'm going live today. Get them prepped. You see my gamma's still going. Now, normally this takes like 90 seconds. It's taking a little longer because I have too many, as you all can see, things open on my computer. Questions, thoughts?
That you, Kathy McSlay, was that you that just said every day? Was that you? I know her voice. I'm like, wait, I think that was Kathy.
So how many of you are posting every day on your social?
Oh, yeah, I'm posting 1 or 2 times a day.
Yep. You have to post, and it can't be your post, as we all know, you've been to some of the classes that we have. The post cannot just be about real estate, just listed, just sold, open houses. It's got to be a mixture of things. Like, let's dispel the top 5 myths of assisted living. Get your questions. Ask people to text in questions to you. Answer them. Answer them right on live. Do your homework. Get prepared.
I want to share something that I found very helpful. I've been using ChatGPT for about a year now, so it knows me, it knows my background, kind of knows my tone. And I said, based on the information you gained on me, can you point out 5 holes or issues with the way I present myself? And one of them it said was, you're providing a lot of educational information, which is great, but your target audience is pretty savvy. They want to know, it's more of emotional. So the recommendation was for me to, instead of saying, here's 3 tips, it's more, how do you get started, or how do you deal with the emotions, or some of that kind of stuff. So I found that interesting.
And telling you this stuff, a lot of people are afraid of it. I get it because it's new, change. Nobody likes change. I don't like change. But as this is going through, we'll take a look at some of these pages. And as people are starting to get into this and start to understand this AI, you have to look at this as a way that it's not going to take over for us. It's making us more efficient. I used a tool yesterday that was created for someone on buyer profiles. And I'm going to see if I can get them to come onto the pack to talk about it. And it will pulled up staggering information about this specific listing that was going on yesterday and who the buyer profile was, what their pain points are, why they would buy, what their things that they like to do for their hobbies. Like, it was amazing, right? And then added in migration patterns and how we market to them. It would take me 2 hours to do this content, and it did it for me in a much efficient way. And then I went in and tweaked some things, right? And I added in other items that I needed to make it well-rounded. But I added this to my listing appointment yesterday. And halfway through my listing appointment, they said, Felicia, we don't need to hear anymore. You're our girl. When do we sign? Wouldn't you all want that? Wouldn't you all want a tool that could help you? This is what AI could do for you. Make you more efficient. Instead of going on one listing appointment a month, how about one a week? How about two a week? And you're helping seniors, and I'm helping these seniors move into senior living, in which they need the proceeds of the sale of their home to pay for their entrance fee for senior living. And yes, this is my second one in 2 weeks moving to the same community. So creating these relationships with senior living communities, proving yourself to them that you say and do exactly the same thing, and you are working with seniors with heart, and you are making sure that you are giving them all of the tools to get through this next steps in these processes, it just breeds more referrals for you. It breeds more seniors that need your help. And now I'll be going next week on a third lead from the same presentation I did at one community. So see how this is still creating some awesome stuff for you? And then once you're all done, you could share it by downloading it and export it to a PDF, PowerPoint, Google Slides, or pings, which if you don't know, pings are like JPEGs. And then you upload it as a lead magnet. If you don't know how to do a lead magnet, I'm going to stop my screen share. If you don't know how to do a lead magnet, what do you think are some things that you could do if you don't know how to do one?
Google it.
Google.
Google it. That's right. So you could Google it. And I believe that Gretchen did a lead magnet class as well. Gotta push this out of the way. And you could find it from there. So if you're one of our members, Gretchen walked you through how to do it. If you're not a member, we'd love to have you join us as a member. And if you need to get this done this week, Google it. It'll tell you how to create a lead magnet. And then you do it. This is stuff to help you all be productive. We want you to sell $10 million this year, 20 million, 50 million, whatever your goal is. We want you to meet that goal, push through and exceed it. And at the same time, then you go and you start building your clientele, and then they are going to have friends. So take, for instance, the clients that I met with yesterday who are signing a listing agreement with me. I said, what brought you here? Because they were from Vegas. And they said, our friends. Our best man at our wedding lives here in this community. And then best friends that we grew up with since we were kids lived in this community. So I said, great. Are they going to move into senior living with you? And they go, no, they want to stay in their home. But I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. Their friends are going to. It's the way it works. They definitely are going to move. Donna Owen said, I saw that presentation yesterday and it was awesome, right? It was pretty cool. And she's talking about the buyer presentation that I did about who your ideal buyer is. So we're going to try and get them to jump on a call here and share this with you, because this tool is fabulous. Awesome. Thoughts, concerns, ahas? There are 14 of you on this call. I'd like to hear from someone I haven't heard from.
Got a lot of people not even on video. Bobby,
Bonnie.
come off mute.
So the thing that you posted about yesterday, Felicia, you said you attended that call at 11. Well, I was busy with buyers all day yesterday and I didn't see it. And then all of a sudden, I must have said something to my husband because it popped up in my feed. And so I watched it early this morning. It is amazing. And Gamma is amazing. So thank you so much for connecting us, because I joined Girls with Grit. I joined that Facebook group and they have really good information. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
there a link to
I
it?
have.
Can everybody is there a link to it? Can anyone watch it?
You can join their page. I can have you join their page too, but we're going to have them come on and talk about what they're doing and how they're changing a lot in the environment right now for real estate. And so that is where I spoke. I spoke at their conference about the senior niche because, you know, it's funny. I do have a picture, and they just bought grannies with grit, and I think that's hysterical. And I'm like, I can head up your grannies with grit. No, just kidding. But I think it's hysterical. However, they do a great job, and we're doing a lot together with them. So more to come on that. But the important thing is trying to ensure that we are getting to our clients and giving them the information. You know, we taught you the migration pattern tool. How many of you are using that? Show of hands. I see a couple of hands. I see a wavering. The migration pattern tool is huge right now because people are relocating all over the US again. Mm-hmm. So what happened after COVID? People started moving down south. They said, life's too short. I want to move to Florida. I want to move to South Carolina. I want to move to Texas. I want to move to a warm climate. And they started working from home. Well, guess what happens right now? Their work from home is saying, you got to come to the office. So guess what they're doing? They're selling their properties down here and moving back home. Yes, Geraldine.
So,
you're muted.
You're on mute, honey.
You're still muted.
Okay, now I'm good. So I thought you recorded that, and it seemed to me that I tried it, and I was like pitifully unsuccessful with it. And so I wanted to go back and look at your recording because I'm fascinated with the tool, and I really do want to use it.
So we'll pull that recording up, and I'll put it in the feed for the Facebook group for the Facebook group for members. I'll make sure to put it in there. The migration tool is huge, and there's so many ways that you could use it, but you need to leverage this when you're doing your listings and your appointments with your clients. You have to. It's a differentiator, and how are you different from the 7 other agents that are going to come through their home? That's important. All right, any other ahas? Thoughts, comments, concerns?
Good stuff, kiddo. Great stuff today. Great stuff.
Hey, yeah, this is awesome.
Great information.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Right on again.
Migration tool. If y'all haven't seen it, that migration tool is awesome. You know, some people are technically challenged at times. That would be me.
Yes.
So I'll look for the link in the members only.
Yeah, well, I'll get it up there. And that's what we want. We want you to get these tools. We want you to succeed. We want you to be productive. We want you to say, I'm so ecstatic that I'm in this industry serving this niche, and these are my people. This is where we want you to feel like you have your tribe, that you have everyone who is here to be supportive for you. And on the flip side, I know that there is a class today. Today is the 22nd, and it is with Corey on building your family of companies. So that is today, 11 Eastern, 10 Central, 8 PST. And so that is going to be with Corey. So if you are a member, the link has been posted on the members only page, just as a reminder. And then tomorrow is Wednesday. And guess what happens on Wednesday? No LFG call. Why? We want you to implement what you're learning, not just take copious notes. We want you to start taking things and putting them into action and try out some of these tools. Try out how to make a downsizing guide. Try out Gamba. Rewatch the recording and see if it's something for you that you can do to attract more sellers and start establishing yourself as that authority in your marketplace. And if there are more than one of you in the marketplace, awesome. Feed off each other. Join a Facebook Live together. Start collaborating. Start creating something that's different and unique. Collaboration over competition. Let's all grow together. There's room for everyone. So I don't want you to get discouraged on that, okay? If you found this helpful today, please write a note on our senior mastermind so that people actually take a look and join us in the morning. But thank you all for joining. Thanks, Paul, for being my co-host today.
Before you go,
We'll talk to you all soon.
Before you go,
Yeah.
I do have a question for Cindy. Cindy said she posts twice a day on Facebook. I'm wondering, does she post, or is there some tools she uses to schedule the post to go on Facebook? I tend to like do things in the middle of the night when it's quieter, you know? And so something to post later in the day would be helpful.
I use Meta Business Suite, and then also on my reels, I usually am creating reels in the line at the grocery store or stuff like that. You can schedule those a week in advance.
Okay. Thank you.
I use Buffer.
Buffer?
Buffer, yep, buffer.com.
There's
You
Buffer,
can schedule
Hootsuite.
out from months.
Yep, there's a bunch of them. You could just Google it. Hootsuite's one, Buffer, HubSpot or HubSuite, Buffer, the Meta. You can schedule out a month in advance. And so you could start pre-scheduling things so that you're not forgetting. And then you could also Google what is the best time for you to post in your market.
Ah.
And they'll tell you, don't post at 2 o'clock today, 7 o'clock is going to be better for you. And if you use the Meta Suite, it will actually tell you when your followers are most active on social media. And it will say tomorrow at 7 p.m. is better than today. Listen to it. It knows what it's talking about. That's your algorithm cheat sheet.
Perfect.
Man, we gave you a lot of tools today.
Thanks. Yes, sure. No,
Save the
thanks,
day.
guys.